Go ahead, Julie.
Okay, so with everything that you said in mind, there was a woman who came to PDM this morning. She was high off her tits on crack or something in a stolen tow truck, smashing up cars and trying to break into people's vehicles. It reached a point where I just wanted her off the premises, so I tricked her into some handcuffs, took her by the lighthouse and left it there. Told her to walk home. I just wanted her off the property. But I did not kill her. I swear I did not kill her.
Okay, I mean, I already knew about that part, but you're leaving out the part where you shot her in the head.
I didn't shoot her.
Now,
All right.
maybe was there some kind of a struggle or something?
I
Was that
didn't
not your
shoot her.
plan?
All
I
right.
didn't
Enough.
shoot
Enough.
her.
Enough.
My client's told you everything he knows.
He's told you everything he knows, Mr. Mongo, and
The
that's just the way
problem
it is.
that I have with this is, I mean, Mr. Winter was already claiming and expressing he did not shoot her. That wasn't me, even before anybody was aware that anybody had been shot or had passed away from a
Yeah, so
gunshot wound.
That's because I told him he was.
No. This was before all of this. Earlier today, Mr. Winters stated to another person, "Oh, I didn't shoot that woman in the head." And no one knew that that woman had been shot in the head except the police and the person who shot her. So how did you know that, Mr. Winters? That she had been shot in the head?
I don't.
Shh. No.
Just tell us what happened, man. Listen, if
Look.
if it wasn't something that you planned and it kind of like went south and it was a mistake, this does not have to cost you your life.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
My
I
question
drove
here-
away and there was a gunshot. That's all I know.
You what'd you say?
I drove away after leaving her on the beach, and a few minutes later there was a gunshot. Because I wanted to make sure she'd at least get to the highway safely.
Okay, and did you see anyone else around? Any other
No,
vehicle?
as soon as I heard the gunshot, I booked. Like,
And this
'cause I
was
had to
out
help
by the
Chris.
lighthouse, you said?
Yeah, I had to help Chris.
Because then you said by the beach. Is there a beach by the lighthouse?
Yeah, there's a little beach there just by the dock where you sell fish.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, so
User
let me get this
joined your
straight.
channel.
This woman cracked out. She comes down to the dealership. She's causing problems,
User left
raising a
your channel.
ruckus, smashing into
User
cars.
joined your channel.
She won't leave. You want to get her out of there. So you cuff her. You put her at gunpoint. Is that correct?
No, I don't have a gun. I've never had a gun. I use a knife.
Okay, so you cuff
Yeah,
her.
are you carry? I don't even think he's allowed to have a gun.
Like
I mean,
that
did you
stops
Didn't you
Seriously?
take it away forever, Mr. Mongo? His weapons license?
That doesn't really stop a lot of people, Mr.
No,
Lyon.
but Miss Price, whenever you took him into custody for questioning, did you pat him down? Did you find a weapon on him? Or
Oh,
nothing?
he didn't even have a knife on him, sir. So
Okay, well then there you go, Miss Price. Look, all right. He's told you everything he knows. Like you said, he heard a gunshot after he left the area. It's very look, this woman was going around smashing things at PDM. All right. I don't think Mr. Winters would have been the only person that would have been frustrated with that. It's very highly possible Mr. Winters could have been followed, and after Mr. Winters left, that something happened to that lady.
That doesn't sound very plausible to me, and I don't think that's going to
Very
sound very
plausible.
plausible to a judge that a random person followed Mr. Winters after he kidnapped the woman and brought her out to the lighthouse, and then that person hid out of sight of Mr. Winters, waited for him to leave, and shot her? Whereas, if you brought her out there and your intention was not to kill her, but
My
things
intention was not
escalated
to
a little
kill
bit
her,
out
it
of
was only just to
control,
get her away from the customers.
I understand that. That makes sense. But what I'm saying to you is, if you brought her out there and you did not have the intention to kill her, but something happened, there was you acted in the moment, or there was some kind of struggle, and you wound up shooting her, that's a lot better than the way it looks right now. Like a lot better, like life-alteringly better, if something like that happened, than if you, as it looks right now to me, and I believe it would look to a judge, it seems like you brought her out there for the purpose of killing her. Whereas, like I said, if you explain something a little different, perhaps, after I hear it, depending what you say, I would be very willing to accept that. Perhaps you did not plan anything in advance, and that maybe you didn't intend to kill anyone, but someone, regardless, wound up dead by your hand. So there's other charges for that, and it's not
Alright.
called first-degree felony murder. So,
All right, we need another moment with the client.
and I just want to remind you, no one has ever received life in prison or the